It'd be different if you were arguing with another person within the group. You were arguing with the person that you want to love you, and you starting all this drama. Girl, please. Just lights, camera, action. Can the real person stand up? Because, baby, the cameras have been rolling for too long and people are getting comfortable. And the freaks are coming out at night. Welcome to Are Y'all Watching, where I review the shit that I like because I know someone else likes it too. We are reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 20, Episode 10. All right, so it's 3 weeks away from decision day, and we see Adam and Marissa trying to do their homework. Marissa is more ready to do her homework than Adam. Adam, the face. He has no emotions. But anyway, Marissa begins to ask the question of what is one assumption that people make of you. Adam says people think I don't have any substance to myself. Nigga, you don't. You have not told us anything about yourself, really. All we know is jet skis and pickleball. We don't know your family. We don't know anything about you. And Marissa is really trying to accept these things. Girl, you better let this man go because at this particular point, you're looking desperate because he is not it. And he's not giving you what you're trying to get at all. Then, of course, being the jerk ass man he is, he pretty much tries to pull in the sexual questions like, you know, what is it that you have not done sexually? She did block that. And she tries to continue with other questions from their homework. Turns out, he was once insecure about his body because he grew up to be a very skinny boy, and then in high school he buffed up. He was able to gain that muscle. He finds another door by doing truth or dare to get some sexual questions answered, and she fell for it. She basically was like, where is this the freakiest place that you had sex? He answers. Then he proceeds to tell her, I would never ask anybody for a threesome. And then she said, would you have one? And then, would you have one with a guy or a girl? He avoided the girl question, but it was like, with a man? Yes. And if so, we can just, call up Felipe. Hello, Marissa. Pick up the phone, girl, because this man right here is letting you know there's more to him. And I don't think you're ready for it. And I know in the back of your head you're screaming because nobody's prepared to hear their man saying, "Yeah, I'm down with men." Even if that is your cup of tea, you're not really prepared to hear that. So good luck, Marissa, on this because it's like he's kind of, how would I say, training you to accept his ways, and you're just doing it without any pushback. So hopefully you catch on, girl, because if not, you're gonna be brainwashed in a little bit. That's what I see in your future, girl. But all right, so we get to Nikki and Sean. Nikki sets up a nice little picnic for him or them, and they were able to show their more romantical side. They do get to discuss things, do's and don'ts, or how to proceed in the relationship to bring togetherness. They both do want a more deeper romantical friendship, romance as well as friendship in the relationship. And, they provided on what they would like to see from one another. Nikki pretty much told Sean, if you want, more from me, continue to do what you're doing, just a slow burn a little bit, but we hope to get there soon. And Sean is basically letting her know, I want that romance. And he definitely is that guy that, is romanticizing his relationship, which is not a bad thing. But he does have to I think he needs to allow Nikki to get there. So hopefully he doesn't keep pushing and pushing and pushing. We shall see. But it was a good scene. I was over them arguing and bickering over things where they just needed to talk. Everyone's an adult. Let's figure it out. So now we meet up with Tori and her crew, and I love the fact that her friends are very truthful with her and allow her to process, how she feels. So they bring up the fact of him being atheist. She shares her point. She basically saying, my religion is my religion and his is his. I love the Lord, and that is what I'm going to continue to do. I'm not going to push anything on him, as long as he ain't killing and hurting people. And then, she then brings up the red flag that she really has, which is the cheating that Felipe did share. The red flag that her friends did mention was the fact that, he cheated and did not share it with the partner. until after the fact. So um, that has people second guessing the relationship or if he is really true for her because they know exactly what their friend wants and they hope that she's not changing or conforming for him. So hopefully Felipe can, not do the bad things that he's already saying that he may do anyways. Like, once again, this is like this brainwash these guys are doing with these women. Like, I'm telling you what it is. You like it if you like it, and if you don't, you can go. But if you stay, this may happen, basically. So I'm getting that from Felipe and Adam. Let's see. So right now we see it's Courtney's birthday, and Nick is there, trying to hype her up, take the pictures. But I want everybody to understand that we need to go ahead and put out a stage for Courtney and the red carpet for her because this woman right here deserves an award. She is such a good actress that nobody's even clocking it. The woman just puts on the show. She knows how to turn it on and turn it off. Like, it depends on the vibe. It's basically how she will respond. Like, the scene with the group therapy session. I really do think the reason why, yes, I'm going back into the past, um, why Adam didn't react the way she wanted to is because he knew that shit was fake. He already knew Courtney was full of shit, and then all the other things that goes into the house when the cameras are not rolling. He don't give two shits if she's crying because it is performative, and it's always performative with her. Anyway, we get to the dinner and her birthday dinner, and we see her really play in Nick's face. Like, literally. She literally tells Michelle to sit there, not even giving Nick second thought that, let my man sit next to me. And then she comes up to Nick and be like, well, I have Michelle and Caitlin sitting right next to me. Where do you want to sit? Like, why are you causing all this ruckus? You literally told Michelle to sit here. And then now you bring it into Nick and then trying to have him figure it out and things like that. That man didn't already knew what you did. And then you're trying to make it into a big deal. If I was Nick, I would have said, go ahead and take your ass. I would sit over here and have a good old time. Don't even worry about me. Because one thing for sure, he made a mistake by sitting by her rude ass. And then when Devin confronts her about being rude and ignoring him, then she wants to get all Emmy award winning actress on everybody. Like, Devin, come on, Devin, come on. I just can't believe Caitlin did not take Devin's side. And then I can't believe that Courtney literally disrespected Nick in his face and around a group of people. Like, where we do this stuff at? This man is here to love you, not anyone else. Stop all of this madness. I am very disappointed in her actions, and it really does show that she is immature. She's emotionally immature as well, and she's not cut out to be married. And everybody was pointing out that Nick may have be the goofball of it all when it's Courtney. That woman is a fucking goofball. And I'm so tired of seeing her on the screen. She does not need marriage. She needs counseling. All of the counseling. Anyways. Okay, so we start with Devin and Caitlin again. As you can see, at the dinner party, the birthday party, they get into a little tiff because of the fact that Caitlin is like, I can't take anybody's sides because of the fact that I don't know what's going on. That is true. I also like to think on both sides of my head. I'm not just going to go with it. But the thing is to make things quieter. She didn't have to get so push off, standoffish with him. He's like, babe, how about this? Let's go discuss this. She should have just pulled Devin away to understand what was going on because he's like, I need you to ride with me because she's being disrespectful. She wasn't even trying to hear it, to be completely honest. Even though him and Courtney was drunk off their ass, I do believe Caitlin probably could have salvaged the whole thing if she would have just pulled Devin away to actually communicate with him better. But as they go into their room, Caitlin lets Devin know, I don't like this shit. I don't like you. I don't like being drunks. I don't like all of this. I don't even understand what the fuck you are saying or anything like that. So one thing for sure, Caitlin is going to speak her mind and she's going to let you know it's not okay. Was it received? I hope so. But the fact that Devin was drunk, he probably forgot all about it. So the next day we see them talk about the whole process of the night before the dinner. And, Caitlin was a bigger person. She said, let's just wash it. I'm not gonna hold anything against you because I'm realizing that those are my triggers and we need to work on that together as we are still learning each other. Wonderful. I have nothing to say about that. Caitlin, you showed me how that could actually work out within couples when they actually are understanding. I do have triggers, and I shouldn't blame you on that. But I want you not to pull my triggers as well. So respect to you, Caitlin, on that. So we are back with Adam and Marissa. This waste of scene. He's trying on clothes. I don't know what the purpose of the trying on the clothes is. Is actually the purpose of the clothes is to see once again how I can test you and how far I can go. As you can see, he kept going, inching his way, inching his way, inching his way to make her be comfortable with this shit that he got going on. And I'm glad that she realized, hell no, because in her confessional, she's like, he is turning me off pretty much. She's like, I'm not attracted to that, basically. So I'm glad that she's realizing this is not for her because Adam is really trying it and um, brainwashing, trying to brainwash, manipulate her in liking things. And she finally caught wind to that game right here in this scene of him trying on all these bullshit ass clothes that he's wearing. It's fine to have a sense of fashion, but we know what you're leaning towards because the next time you try on some clothes, it could be a full on dress. Stop playing with me. Okay, all right. So now we have Mecca and Belle Jolie. They are confronting Dr. Paul, letting him know, hey, why are y'all calling me performative when I am being as real as I can be? They felt attacked. They addressed it, and they are, explaining that I am giving my all in this particular process, and for you to call it out, it bothered me. Shit. If anything, they should be calling out Courtney. That woman I can't stand. Anyway, back to Mecca and Belle. Um, we see Belle also has Mecca's back like it ain't nothing. She is not playing. She is not playing about her man. Now, if she's fully in love with him, not yet, but she does have love or a lot of care for him. So, for her to be able to speak on that as well and let them know this is the guy that I know and I don't see an issue was wonderful. Dr. Paul or whatever, he, apologized or whatever, and then tried to give himself credit for putting fire under them. Boy, bye. That was not the way to do that. You didn't think you was gonna get checked on that. Anyway, um, as the session continues, we see that Mecca has issues with trusting in love, falling in love, being in love, giving love, anything about love. And, the doctor basically said, accept the love that Belle is giving you. It will be a great place for you. Simple as that. Now, with Dr. Paul giving Mecca the diagnosis of being a self sabotager, will he accept the love that Belle Jolie gives him, or will he run? I know this will be a soul process for him, but I hope that he walks into that love that is waiting for him, which will probably be a wonderful feeling for him. I can imagine him feeling lost, especially without the understanding or the love from his mom. So let's root for this team, okay? Because you see Melissa and Cameron, they visit her home. He is like in awe of her home, like, damn, where do you live? Because you are in awe with this apartment. And basically, and he's also impressed. He's impressed that she does do a lot of things, and she's a woman of many trades. And also, I would say it looks like she likes to complete things. She's just not starting things; she completes things, as you can see with that picture she had hanging up on the wall. She has a good friend with her who, tries to get more information from Cameron, which is good. I do. Hey, I'm good if the friends is good. The friends is gonna read the person down. And as we can see, Michelle's friend is pretty cool. Tam is pretty cool with Cam. But for the most part, this scene was just easy peasy. They just getting to know each other, checking out the vibe. So simple as that. Cameron and Melissa, they are a little boring. So there's not much to talk about on them. Boy, let me tell you about Sean and his freaky ass. He is coming out. He is coming out. Now, mind you, the night before, Nikki let him feel up on that booty. But I think that was enough on that. You teasing me. Now, are you gonna let me let my balls hang? Because they a little tight right now. Either way, he pretty much told her, can we just do couple masturbation? Like anything to help me release. My thing is, Sean, did you come on the show to sell your world oats, or did you come on the show because they already completed the game of handpicking your woman, making sure she was clean. I know they do STD checks and everything else. So they did all the work for you and you didn't have to do anything. Um, I'm thinking that maybe you just was like, this will be easier for me to do on than a dating site, because the way you acting right now, boy, calm down, because this is not what she asked. Literally at the picnic, she said, take it slow. You basically kind of put a stop in where you were going because she said take it slow, but you were going in the right path, and now everything is at a red light right now. I think you really did mess up things at this particular point. So we shall see how far you get to the booty now. All right. Now, the cutest scene so far, Mecca and Belle, I would say they are pretty much the homecoming queen and king of Married at First Sight season 20. This cute little scene, everybody will say reminds them of Love and Basketball or whatever. But I enjoy that, Mecca is letting his guard down and giving in to his woman, Belle. So right now, I hope that it keeps progressing in a positive way. And that's all I have to say about that scene. So now we see Courtney and Nick again, but they are down with Dr. Paz. And they basically are discussing their relationship as well. And, Dr. Paz say, Courtney, you are guarded and you're holding the past against Nick. And as you can see, Courtney's like, oh yeah. It's like, once again, performative. She's going to do whatever the room is telling her to do. She's going to agree when she needs to agree. She's going to disagree when she needs to disagree. She's going to cry when she needs to cry. Okay? Poor Adam. I will say poor Adam all the way through. But they basically shared that they are kind of guarded, or they don't know which way to turn or move because they just don't know. So they agree to give it a chance, start all over. So we'll see. But once again, the agreement is more on the performance side. Nick is defeated at this particular point. He's completely defeated with Courtney because she's a lot of hard work and she's not a straight line at all. She's up and down, and then she's fake. You can't do nothing with a fake ass person. And Courtney is a fake ass. And y'all can finish the rest. Now, my question is does Courtney scare Nick, or do y'all think Courtney is just here as well as Adam, and that is just to be on the show? Nikki and Sean, they do a touch homework basically to get the moon started for the future, so he does things like that. And she's feeling it, she's like, oh, but she's still timid with it because she's unsure. But then after that, shit hits the fan. Nikki was like, I don't understand why you came at me the other day about releasing and rubbing on your balls, and it's a wifely duty. Sean coming off like, I didn't say that shit, or I didn't mean it like that. They're going back and forth on what the intent was on the whole situation. But my thing is, Sean, if she's uncomfortable, just apologize, because right now she is not hearing it. And Nikki, you can't blame the man for wanting booty if he was just sitting on his lap and kissing all up on him. I mean, there's going to have to be a line drawn, because if you're not getting there, then you may not need to do that, because we all know Sean is a highly sexual, frustrated man, and you can't even touch him without him wanting more. Now, he is playing you right now on what he did and what he was saying in the conversation of mutual masturbation right now. I think the reason why he's playing with you is because you are embarrassing him. And now he's trying to save face. Um, you're not wrong for getting a better understanding of what he meant by that. It's just some actions probably cause confusion to him. You have to treat him like a middle school boy and cover up and things like that, because you don't want any more sexual advances from this man, obviously. And that, nothing more for episode 10. These shows is getting draining. What do y'all say? Because I'm loving it, but at the same time, these people are in need of help, not marriage. But thank y'all for watching. Are y'all watching? And I'll see y'all in the next episode.